Oh. Oh.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to the Problematic Podcast. I'm your friendly neighborhood co-host, Rita, with my friendly neighborhood co-host, Whitney. We have so much to unpack today.
Oh my God.
But before we get there, how are you, friend?
Personally?
Yes,
great.
personally.
We're getting ready for the icon, the legend, the deity herself, Miss Emmy.
She's got a birthday.
Hey, my little Thanksgiving baby.
Yes. Oh.
I remember when I gave birth to her. Quick story. I was like, it was literally a few days before Thanksgiving, and it was COVID, so nobody was like getting together. And I came home, and my aunt had cooked me an entire Thanksgiving meal.
Because your aunt is a real one.
I cried. Turkey and everything, just pans of things. And I'm like stitched up, sewn up, can't really move that well, in the bed, feet up, legs full of edema, holding this tiny little human that I just want to take care of. Into what world that I've given birth to? And my aunt showed me that bit of kindness, and I think it brought me back to life. I was like, oh, this is everything. And shout out to Aunt Carlotta. I love you so much. Sorry.
She's a very sweet woman. I've met her. And shout out to the aunties in general.
Yes, aunties.
The surrogate parents who do the things and keep us on a straight and narrow, and don't tell on us when we need to be told on, but tell us about ourselves when we need to be told about ourselves.
Yeah, that's auntie's jobs.
That's what
aunties,
do.
uncles, and non-binary family.
There we go. See, you say all the right things.
I'm sad because I don't know what our non-binary friends want to be called. So that'll be my homework.
Non-binary friends, let us know,
please,
because
How are you? How are you?
I'm alive. I'm here. I'm good. I'm tired of opening up my phone and seeing fuckery, foolishness, and absolute nonsense. But I'm here. I'm ready to get the day started.
Ready to what?
Get the day started. Get into the pleasantries. We can start off with the easy stuff because we've got a lot to unpack, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to what you've been listening to. Got any good books, reads, listens for us?
Oh, yes. I have a lot of good books. I got to catch all up because I've been like powering through books, like one book a week, which is fast for me. Like some people, like that's their usual pace, but that's fast for me. I usually like take my time with a book. But there's been a new release this week. It's called Inner Field Trip by Leesa Renee Hall. Leesa. Renee spelled like Renee. Hall spelled like the thing that you walk down to go get your snacks.
Thank you.
Yes, Leesa Renee Hall, Inner Field Trip. It took her 7 years to write this beautiful book.
Okay.
It's a lot. It's a workbook / journey into healing. It is great for people who feel really deeply. It's also really great for our neurodivergent family. It's great for anybody who wants to explore, like, it's a mix of shadow work, light work, all that stuff like that. It's really, really good. I'm going to have to. She didn't leave enough space in the book just for me personally.
Okay.
It's a workbook. You got to write stuff. And I'm a writer. So I'm like, I'm going to have a companion notebook.
In fact,
reasons to go shopping because I love a notebook.
That's your jam.
Notebooks, mugs, sweatshirts.
Whitney sweatshirt collection is.
Stop.
I envy
we
it.
just talked about this.
I'm telling the people. I told Whitney when we hopped on today. I thought I had a dope sweatshirt and hoodie collection. I'm still trying to be like Whitney when I grow up.
So
she
funny.
has the flyest assortment of sweatshirts and hoodies that say
so
all
funny.
of the things. And yeah, I'm trying to get like you, sis.
So funny. I just want to be cozy. It's cozy season. I want something simmering on the stove or in the crock pot. I want a nice mug or something. I want to be cozy. So.
I love that for you.
With the book, apparently. And
yes.
Lisa's book is great. So
yes, please check. Inner Field.
Yes, Inner Field Trip.
Inner Field Trip, Leesa Renee Hall. Got it. Y'all run out and go buy that right now.
Yes, please.
I have been listening to, so on Friday, we got a lot of music on Friday. What we didn't get was the Lil Wayne and 2 Chainz project that I was expecting, because I was ready to, you
like
bundle
both
up
those
bags
people.
and throw some ass at the same time, but it just didn't happen. That's okay. It's coming though. I think it comes out next Friday, or this coming Friday.
Mm-hmm.
But I think two of Whitney's least favorites, Meek Mill and Rick Ross, delivered. She's frowning. Delivered a joint project called Too Good to Be True. The project is good, solid. If you're a Meek Mill fan and you remember him with the dusty braids and the dusty braids, ashy knuckles, dirty nails, Meek, like I do when I fell in love with Rameek before all of the silliness in internet games. If you enjoyed that, Meek, you'll enjoy this project. If you're a Rick Ross fan, you'll really enjoy this project. I'm not going to bore you with the details of the entire album. This is specifically for the ladies in my age range. Ladies between 25 and 45. I know that's a very large age range. Just work with me.
Gap, Fred.
Mind your business. Get where I'm going. There is a song featuring, what's that guy? French Montana. Sorry, pardon me. I'm trying to read notes and do this at the same time.
It's called
Millionaire Row. It's got a Luke sample with a Baltimore club mix.
Oh, Lord.
The ladies between 25 and 45 know exactly what I'm trying to convey. Just take the time out. If you are like Whitney and you are not about to listen to an entire rap project by Meek Mill and Richard Ross, that's perfectly fine. Just go find the album on iTunes, on Tidal, on wherever you get your music, and just download Millionaire Row and thank me later. Also, something that Whitney might enjoy. Brandy gave us a Christmas album.
Now, that might be more my speed right there. I love a good Christmas album.
I, too, love a good Christmas album. It's called Christmas with Brandy. And I was thinking, okay, we're going to get some jingle bells. And we did. Mm-hmm. But it's a very sultry R&B Christmas. Mm-hmm. It's for the adult people. I'm here for adult. Yes. You put them
babies to bed.
Yes.
And you sitting down and maybe you might be wrapping a few gifts or cleaning up for whatever reason. And he's got eggnog, you got eggnog, or she's got eggnog and you got eggnog.
With the coquito is flowing. This is for adults, but it's a good. I mean, Brandy doesn't make bad projects. She has a beautiful voice, but it's a very R&B type of. It's given what it needs to give. So y'all, please go check out Christmas with Brandy. It's her new Christmas album. It's really good. Set the tone for the holidays. Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas is quickly becoming one of my favorites. But there's Deck the Halls, Jingle Bells, Santa Baby. The classics are there. But you're going
Santa Baby.
Okay. Do yourself a favorite. Okay. When I say sexy, sultry Christmas, getting sexy, sultry Christmas. That's about it for the positivity we got on this show.
Oh no.
Oh wait, but before we get into the sheer nuttiness that is the world, did you see the Jeezy and Nia Long interview?
Bits and pieces. First of all, Nia Long. Oh my
God.
How did she don't. What kind of water are you drinking? What is the fruit? What is the regimen? Give it to me. Because, ma'am,
I'm trying not to sound incredibly and completely gay and also be respectful of Nia Long in the gym.
You can be whatever you want, friend.
No, I'm trying to keep it as PG as I can. We do have a youthful listener. We have a fan who's in grade school. I'll tell you about that later. But anyway,
I love it.
He's my favorite. I don't know if I'm allowed to say his name on air.
I
won't say it. But yeah, I know he's listening and he's so cool. He's my favorite baseball player also. But anyway, but Nia Long fine as hell, and I love her. And she thick in all the right places, and that skin is just glowing.
You sound like my husband.
Ooh, baby, just thicker than cold grits, oatmeal combined in a freezer in a snowstorm, and molasses on top. Just thick and fine and chocolate and delicious. And I'm a fan. But
I hear
to the interview, my wife actually texted me and was like, I'm a Jeezy fan. And I was like, girl, I've been telling you all the pretty college educated career women love Jeezy. And she was like, I didn't pay much attention to that trap man until this interview, but she was in love with him. It's a really great interview about healing childhood trauma and how those childhood traumas tend to impact what we pursue, how we pursue them, and how we view relationships throughout our lives, including betrayal, including trust, and just how Jeezy talks a lot about his broken relationship with his mother. It was triggering, traumatizing, and how that impacted him when he became the trappiest of trap stars. And just how a life of violence and betrayal and just not living right, even though he was very bright, and even though it all turned out for his good, just how those broken relationships played a role in his decision making. And Nia touched on heartbreak and how that impacts your decisions. Ooh. And one of the reoccurring themes in the interview was forgiveness.
Oh, I need to watch this.
It was really good. Please check it out. For those
looking it up, what channel? What was it?
I watched it on YouTube.
YouTube, okay.
Jeezy, I Forgive, I Don't Forget, which is the name of his album that he just released. Good interview. It's about an hour and 10 minutes long. I won't say trigger warning. I will say trauma warning. For those who may have had difficult relationships with their parents, just make sure you're in a great mind space before you go into it. But really, really solid interview. I was happy to see two healing, responsible African Americans have a very vulnerable conversation. Really good. And again, looking at Nia Long for an hour wasn't bad either. She is, oh my God, just
beautiful. An amazing human being. Go.
That's a great word. Those are great words. I'll go with that.
Your friend is a marketer. This is what I do.
You do that. Dude, I'm going to jump around a little bit.
The sides are hilarious.
Because this is stupid. Do you want to talk about ASAP Rocky or Keke Palmer first?
So I don't know about what happened with ASAP Rocky.
I'll give you a quick overview. A few months ago, I want to say, over a year ago, 2021, I'm guessing. ASAP Rocky is accused of shooting one of his ASAP group members, leading to a hand injury. And after the shooting, he ran away. He was arrested, getting off of a flight.
Oh, this.
Yeah, and now he's facing charges in California for, I guess, assault with a deadly weapon. Now, we recently saw another rapper face assault charges.
Cocaine Bear?
Not Cocaine
Bear. Wait,
Bear.
He's not a rapper. He's a singer. I'm sorry.
Other Cocaine Bear, Tory Lanez.
Oh, that one. I tell you, I was laughing about that for the rest of the week.
Cocaine Bear is hilarious.
Cocaine Bear?
That's fucking funny.
That is funny.
I still laugh about it. It's
so still funny. Laughing a week later.
A week later. It's been 2 weeks for me, which just shows how immature I am. But ASAP Rocky is facing gun charges in California, which is a state with some of the most strict gun laws in America. We saw Tory Lanez got 10 years for wounding Meg Thee Stallion with a firearm. So I'm not sure how much time he's facing. They just did his preliminary trial was this past week. We saw him coming out of court, interacting with Megan Cuniff, who became known as Megan the Reporter.
Megan the Reporter.
Yeah. He was very kind and polite to her, blowing her kisses, interacting with the crowd. They asked him when he came out of court, how's he feel? He was like, I feel how I look. Good. ASAP Rocky thinks he's the prettiest nigga.
Let him be. If I was partnered with Rihanna and had given her 2 children, I would think very highly of myself too.
Same.
Okay.
So my wife said something very profound. She said there would not be a nary a nigga on the planet who could make me angry enough to shoot them if I was getting Rihanna pregnant. I'm getting a billionaire pregnant
twice.
You can call my mother any name you want. I'm not going to flinch nor flex. You are not about to have me in jail for 5 to 10 years when my baby mom is a billionaire.
Probably owns an island. We can go there. And guess what? We can turn off our phones and I will not hear any of the things you have to say with your broke ass.
With your broke, heavy on the with your broke ass. Oh, Whitney, I was so disappointed. I said, Rakim, why are we out here tussling with the nigglets? Why are we doing that?
I have nothing to add.
Again,
niggas gonna nig.
I'm not having sex with a billionaire, and there's nothing that could anger me enough to shoot one of these niggas. So yeah, priorities. Let's I think I'm going to let you discuss.
No. You sure? This show might take a turn. Might take a nosedive.
And we are about to hit an exit. Would you like to talk about our second favorite cousin?
I don't know why. Okay, let me say this. Let me start off by saying this. Keke Palmer has filed, I believe it's a sole custody.
Yes. Filed for
sole custody paperwork.
Yes.
And paperwork alleging abuse.
Yes. Filed for a restraining order.
Yes. I want to preface this with a trigger warning to anyone who has experienced abuse or maybe currently experiencing abuse. We're going to be talking about abuse. So just be mindful. It's been on site for me, for Darius, for a long ass time.
Since the Usher show. Let's talk about it. Go ahead, preach. Go ahead, preach.
I saw Keke come out in that cute dress, and I said, ma'am, motherhood is doing good. Like, she was cute already, right? She was so cute already. She has never not been cute. Let me put it like that. She showed up in that little sheer number.
Drinking from the same well as Nia Long, fine ass.
The thick oatmeal well.
Yes, the molasses glasses.
She looked like she felt good. It was her birthday. I was like, she was with Usher. And I was like, okay, ma'am, just go ahead and enjoy yourself. Be joyful. Like, fun, happy, joyful things, right? And he come out across the internet and he started, he started trying to make it out like she was this bad parent because she was wearing the dress, right? And because she was interacting with Usher, acting like she tongued the man down, threw him on a table and started straddling him. Like, y'all.
Which I've seen done at some birthday celebrations.
Which is none of my business. If that is your situation, just make sure everybody
keep you, sis.
Consent. That's all I ask for. Consent. Everyone has consent. But I knew then. I was like, you are trying to control her. Why are you trying to control her? And I said as much, and people, oh my God, of all of the tweets to
the way y'all jumped in these comments, defending, controlling. I gotta jump in here.
Come on in,
because I know you about to go off. I see it in the frames.
That one vein keeps popping.
As Black women, we are taught to be hypervigilant, whether the world acknowledges that or not, from our parents to our grandparents, the women in our lives especially, but also the men. If you're loved properly by your father figures in your life, we're all taught to read the signs of threats. And I know for myself, one of the biggest things was preparing yourself to deal with controlling people or people who want to control you. Any man who tries to tell you what you cannot wear when you leave the house is a controlling man. Now, a man can be uncomfortable with what you're wearing. And if he's mature, he has the lexicon to communicate that. There's a difference between communicating what you're uncomfortable with and trying to tell me what the fuck I can do.
Preach.
So when the Black women on your timelines and in your communities were saying, this nigga is tripping, there was a reason. He took it to the internet and showed
Mm-hmm.
that he was being controlling with his language, saying, "You are mom," instead of saying, "This made me uncomfortable." Shame versus
Mm-hmm.
expressing what you actually have a problem with.
Yeah.
But when we said that, y'all was like, "You bitches can't keep a man.
Oh,
Y'all
oh,
don't know."
as if half of us want to.
Men are not
Some
the
of us don't
best.
even want men. Like, this is how I come back to this every single time. Like, who you're attracted to is not a choice.
It's
Oh
not.
my God.
It's really not.
Really not.
But please, I have to say that because y'all jumped
Thank you.
down. Y'all jumped down women's throats.
Mm-mm.
Whitney in particular, I saw the comments.
Me. I went back because I'm a petty bitch. I know my co-host loves to elevate me to this level of maturity. And no, I am a petty bitch from Philadelphia who keeps receipts because I will be posting said receipts. So if you came in my comments in July talking about don't speak bad on people's relationships, this is why y'all tripping, this is why y'all can't keep a man. See, look, the Phillies coming out. When you start doing that, really came quickly, okay?
Right out.
Yeah, if you start doing all that, if you did any of that, be prepared because I'm sharing the comments because in light of these allegations and the photographs I've seen where this man has hands on her, around her neck, doing X, Y, and Z. Nope, it's not looking good. So again, I'm going to say this. I applaud people who make the initiative to survive the abuse that they endure. Whatever you choose to do to prioritize your safety, your well-being, your health, your mental health, your children's safety, whatever you have to do that, I applaud you. I also applaud the people who are just trying to survive it.
Yes.
Because we are quick to say, "Oh, you're so strong for leaving." And we forget that there's a whole bunch of people who are stuck,
who can't leave, who are trying desperately to leave and cannot.
Because there is no more dangerous point in an abuser and a person who's been abused
than when you decide
experience that right there. That's when it becomes dangerous. That's when it becomes vitriolic. That's when it becomes, I'm coming after you and I'm coming to take not only your life but anyone who is around you's life. So applause all around for the people who are just trying to figure it out and just trying to make it. That being said, it's on site, Darius.
Listen,
it's on site because Keke is a sweet, wonderful, fantastic little cousin of ours. I'm about your height and I'm bigger than you. It's on site.
I try not to make light of the situation because it was really disturbing to see some of the things that she reported. She said it has been reported that this man broke into her home, trespassed into her home is the legal term, lunged at her. Yes, trespassed into her home, lunged at her, choked her, and threw her over a sofa. Now,
I didn't read any of that.
Let's say that those allegations are true. Let's say, take away the violent piece.
Right.
Coming into my space unwanted is scary, and it's very, 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 very
right.
dangerous. And this goes back to the initial thing when everybody jumped on his case about him being controlling, being immature, showing signs that he lacks self-control or just lacks emotional regulation.
Yeah.
People who, when you say stay away from me and they break into your fucking home, that is a lack of emotional and physical restraint. So when you hear people online, and I get, people say we are too invested in these celebrity lives. But I think it's important that you understand that, again, as Black women, these are all things that we are taught to look for and avoid. It's like the constant dumping of signaling that comes into, you never date a controlling man. Somehow women always find themselves being in relationships with controlling men.
Men.
And there are people who say, well, why did she go back? She was with him on his birthday. Please understand how abuse works. Please don't say these things out loud, because you just never know who is in your life who's dealing with the same circumstance, who does not feel safe enough to discuss it with you. And you guys are perpetuating why people don't feel safe.
Yes. And y'all keep yelling at us, telling us what we should and should not do, instead of telling these men not to abuse. Period. Let's jump there. It doesn't matter what she wears. It doesn't matter what she said. Because people like to justify it. Well, what did she do? What did she do for him to put hands on her? How about this? There's no excuse to put your hands on anybody, regardless. Ever. Guess what you could do? You could turn around and leave. How about not breaking into her house? How about if you want to have a conversation with her, you arrange a time to speak with her? How about you not making incendiary threats online? Talk about, I'm about to see you, son. As if an 8-month-old can read or has social media to see your tweet.
I know a threat when I see one.
We know a threat when we see it. A threat when we see it.
So to be clear, for those who may not know, Darius, her baby's father, posted a picture with himself and his son. And the picture, after the Keke Palmer abuse allegations came out, the picture and the quote said, "I love you, son, period," followed by "see you soon." Now, like Whitney said, clearly this ain't a damn tweet for his 8-month-old son, because 8-month-olds don't have Twitter or X or whatever the hell Elon is calling himself this week.
Yeah, that.
But if I'm accused of trespassing and abuse, the last thing I would say to the person who I've trespassed against and abused would be "see you soon" when they're filing for a restraining order. It's, again, maybe I'm overreacting. No. Maybe I'm too sensitive.
No,
but if someone says they're filing a restraining order on a man and his next tweet is "see you soon," that's fucking frightening.
That's not overreacting, because we've seen too many people die.
Too many.
We've seen too many people die. And this is the thing, that people who side with abusers, oftentimes abusers protect abusers, but that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. This is the thing that people keep missing. There's repeated red flags. This one is a nuclear symbol where it's like, I don't care if you're whatever restraining orders, I'm coming to see my kid. No, absolutely the F not. Where is Darius's brother?
Oh, arguing with Darius' mom. Arguing with Keke's mom. Did you see Keke's mom's live? Keke Palmer's mother went live. I watched it because I was like, I didn't want to dig too deep into this, but I'm like, it's 7:30 in the morning and I'm
invested.
Keke Palmer did a live, and she said 1 year ago she went to Darius's brother. I can't remember his name. I keep calling him Savion Glover, but that's insulting to Savion Glover. That's not right. Secaucus. She went to Secaucus and said, "Hey, your brother is abusing my daughter. I think you should have a conversation with him." And his response was, and Keke's mother quotes, "I used to be like that too. It's not a big deal." Okay. Yeah, this is Keke. I've never seen Keke Palmer been on our screens for 25 years. I've never seen Keke Palmer's mother, but for Keke Palmer's mother to come out and do a live in response to her daughter's abuse, which, I mean, whether you agree with it or don't agree with it, I think the narrative that she's trying to put out there is like, this has been ongoing. His family is aware. So, you know, his brother made the post like, "I've never seen a more manipulative person in all my life." And her mother responded, "I had this conversation with you and you said I used to be like that."
Oh, shit.
So when you say, you know, abusers protect abusers, a lot of times that happens because in order for you to chastise or check your friend, you have to acknowledge the shit that you've done. And it's really hard to go to your friend and be like, "Yo, don't put your hands on women," if you're going to turn back and be like, "Nigga, you've been knocking women upside the head for 10 years.
Since 10th grade.
Jesus, what? So this whole situation is a mess. I'm sure it'll play itself out in court and publicly, but
my God,
prayers to Keke Palmer, because I'm sure it's not easy to one, break out of the cycle of abuse, because I think more than a few of us kind of saw it coming, but to publicly have to deal with the fallout while you're trying to raise a newborn baby and manage your career is
right.
not easy. So prayers to her mother, because you can't put your hands on nothing that's mine.
Okay, so as a mama of a daughter,
come on, somebody.
Let me just if I don't get to you first, there is a grumpy faced man.
Oh no, I hope you get to him first. Because ain't gonna be nothing left.
Pray. You better pray, because at some point my mercy starts to kick in. He ain't got that.
He doesn't have daddies. Don't have that.
Not when it comes to her. I've seen him be very merciful and be like, Whitney, you know what? You need to be cool. I saw a kid sneeze in her direction.
Ugh.
He snatched her up. Not the kid. He snatched our baby up and walked clean to the other side of the park. Sneeze. The child just sneezed. It was like it's a sneeze.
Kids sneeze right all the time.
No one meant harm. It was
typically close to other people.
When I tell you,
sneezing near you,
we went from the slides to the swings real fast.
Said I don't even want to slide no more.
So listen, okay, if he'll do that for a sneeze,
okay.
That's all I'm gonna say, because y'all not gonna get me on
this
air.
Goes for men, women, non-binary, people who identify as whatever they want to identify.
Okay.
We respect all identities.
We sure
all
do.
Identities need to keep their hands to themselves at all times. If you feel the need to hit somebody, put your fucking hands in your pockets.
Go to therapy.
Sit on them.
Sort that shit out.
What Whitney said, go see the lady.
Go call the lady. Tell her.
I'm being very serious right now.
We are being serious.
There is never a reason. Listen,
no.
I don't want to hear the whole women can get under your skin. I've dated women all my life, and a lot of them have pissed me the fuck off. And never once did I think, how to punch this bitch in her eye. Ever.
I'm just gonna get in my car and go.
And then go eat good, because that's the thing that make you feel better.
Oh, a good meal.
Somebody done worked your fucking nerve.
Oh yeah,
real good. Just
a good meal.
I'm going to your favorite restaurant after you piss me off.
And post about it on social.
Listen, if you love the seafood spot, I'm allergic to fucking seafood.
Don't you dare!
But I'm going just to prove a damn point. I want lobster tails and them Alaskan crab legs that y'all be cracking open and slurping dry.
Friend, please don't do that. I don't want you to die. Don't eat the sea bugs.
Not sea bugs. They are
sea bugs. They are sea bugs. I like my sea bugs with butter, but yeah.
Do you do lemon and garlic?
Oh yes, it's quite lovely. So wait, you can't have sea bugs. Can you have fish?
I can have fish. I can't have sea bugs. Yeah,
okay.
It's a rough life.
I don't want you to die.
I don't want to die.
I care about you.
I think this is a good place to take a break before Whitney cusses people out, because this ain't even the problematic.
That wasn't even the problematic part.
That's the wild part. We haven't even got to the people who pissed us off.
No.
Just hang tight. We'll be right back, people, after these brief messages. You know, we always love to hear from you at the Problematic Podcast. So if you have a problematic question or story, feel free to email us at theproblematicpod@gmail.com, or now you can text us at 267-225-4648. Again, that's 267-225-4648. Standard messaging rates apply. We love to hear from you. Now let's get into today's problematic letters. Who we cussing out this week?
Oh my God. Do you know a gentleman named Damien Pickett?
Nope.
All right. Damien Pickett is a captain of a riverboat in Montgomery.
Oh Lord.
Do you remember the Montgomery?
I know exactly where we're. Yes, I do.
Do you remember the video where he asked them to move their boat and then he got punched in the face and he threw his hat in the air like the bat signal, and then
47 ancestors pulled up.
But before that, he was viciously assaulted.
He was
on camera in front of an entire riverboat of people.
2 riverboats.
I didn't know there was a second.
Yeah, there was one that was waiting to dock, and then the one that was in the way. But yes, 2 riverboats.
Wowzers!
Yes.
So 2 riverboats full of people. He was attacked by this group of people who apparently this organization has had issues with before. Like they stole their whole ass golf cart one time. Yeah, the golf cart that they use to transport people with disabilities or the elderly, so they can also enjoy the river boat. They took their golf cart and drove it to like where they wanted to be, and then like left it there. I'm like, oh, you guys are assholes. Anyway, apparently he's being charged with misdemeanor assault.
Wait, the black gentleman?
Mm-hmm. Yep, according to ABC. Court records reviewed by ABC News. The person who complained was one of the people who got punched.
Who started the fight?
Zachary Shipman.
That sounds like a movie.
Okay. One of the individuals who was initially charged in the incident. And so y'all remember how we had like this big Keke ha moment, and how I kept saying there's going to be backlash to this. Yes. I kept saying, I'm like, this is great, this is hilarious.
You did.
But everybody keep your head on a swivel. Something else is coming. Like everybody, because one thing I know about bigots is they gonna bigot.
They gonna bigot.
So we have multiple accounts, like video after video after video after video after video after video evidence of this man being violently assaulted, thrown to the ground, beat upon, stomped upon, spat upon, just disrespected by these gentlemen. I won't call them gentlemen, by these
hillbillies.
Hillbillies. You're better than me. You're so hilarious. Not hillbillies.
Hillbillies. I know a damn hillbilly when I see a hillbilly.
Like the man, anyway, I don't even have to go into boat rules and stuff like that. But the whole, I don't have to do that. The point was, your boat shouldn't have been where it was. And then you have the audacity when an official asks you to move the boat after they've already asked you to move the boat, and y'all want to put hands on the man. So now they're charging him with misdemeanor assault. And so, but they did not announce this. They just filed the court records. So you know how like they usually announce these types of things? Yeah. Like the city attorney or the police department? No, they didn't announce it.
They just snuck it into the court paper. Got it.
We all know exactly why. So I just wanted to put that on your radar. If there happens to be a GoFundMe for Mr. Damien Pickett, I personally would
love to send my coins. Please send the link.
Absolutely. And I want to recommend that everybody who made a damn t-shirt from the Montgomery boat brawl, those damn folding chair earrings that I keep seeing everywhere, y'all need to send some coins to this man too, because y'all wouldn't even have this situation if it wasn't for Damien Pickett. Let's be for real, and let's remember our history, folks. Let's remember,
please. Folding chair earrings. I'm just mad.
You've seen the folding chair earrings.
I'm just mad that I don't have a pair. Where did I go wrong?
Oh, girl, they're probably all over Etsy right now.
Let me go peruse the Etsy and get my life in order.
John Fetterman, who people acted like was the second coming of the freaking Messiah.
Blue collar Batman.
Okay. Black people have been telling y'all about John Fetterman since he held that gun up to that other black guy. That whole situation. For those who are unfamiliar, John Fetterman is a senator.
Yes, he's a United States senator representing the state of Pennsylvania.
The beautiful state of PA. Shout out to Pennsylvania. So recently he posted a video of his office being filled with the flyers for the missing hostages in Israel, right? For those who aren't familiar, October 7th, Hamas attacked I believe they call it a kibbutz, basically a town. It was like a music festival happening, but it was a town, and took like a few hundred people, many of which have not yet returned. And so people were talking about release the hostages. But people have been posting their flyers here in the United States. And I have a few issues with that. One, Hamas is not holding them people here. Why are the flyers posted here?
Attention.
That too. Two, the second thing is, while we're talking about this few hundred hostages that Hamas has, let's talk about the thousands of hostages Israel has. Ooh. Nobody wants to talk about the people when the people are brown. But anyway, I'm just gonna say what I'm gonna say and sit down.
Say what you got to say, girl.
I'm just gonna say what I'm gonna say and sit down. How Palestinians are regularly kidnapped by Israelis, and how they are, like, even as children. I just saw a video of a 12-year-old girl getting beat on the ground. Oh, by the way, Israel's police force trains with Americans' police force. So if you've ever seen a video of the Palestinians being harassed by the police force and it looks eerily familiar, yeah. Anyway,
one of the things
I'm gonna say.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say and sit down. John Fetterman had a bunch of flyers up of those missing hostages, and I had a personal fucking gripe with that because I've had a friend who's been missing since August. Her name is Javita Brockington. We actually weren't friends. We were classmates. We're sorors. We came out of the same chapter. We weren't really close, but you know, when people are in your circle, you know,
right.
We speak, you know, that type of thing. She's been missing since August, from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the state that he represents.
John Fetterman's state.
His actual state. So while he's plastering his office with these flyers, which I understand why we care about these people, but before you care about people in another country, hello, you represent the state of Pennsylvania, where there's 400 plus people missing in the state of Pennsylvania, one of whom is one of my chapter sorors. Where's their flyers, Mr. Fetterman? Also, while you're making fun of people outside of your office who are being arrested for protesting for a ceasefire, you're flying the flag of the people who are literally bombing the people who are holding the hostages. Sir, what are we doing here?
Fetterman, I have lots of issues, but let me start with
Take your time.
As Whitney said, it's not that these hostages aren't important, because they absolutely are. Let's not confuse the two.
They are.
It's the symbolism, and you posting missing persons pictures in the state of Pennsylvania when you know these people aren't missing here, but there are actual people in the state of Pennsylvania who you give an ounce of time to, won't dedicate any of your office staff hours to those people, but in an effort to shine light, or what you think is positive light, on your job in the Senate after people have criticized you for taking off and for addressing your mental health, instead of actually doing the work to prove that you value this job and you're doing this job. You want to laugh at peaceful protesters. And you want to post photographs of people who you're not actually trying to help.
You're not actually trying to help those people.
What's the point? Please, blue collar Batman, do better.
I'm completely over it. Finally, last thing.
Yes.
I'm not really cussing these people out. I'm just rubbing it in. Moms for Liberty. It turns out that banning books is not a good strategy to win elections, babes.
Ooh, y'all took L's all up and down the ballots in every damn state. Y'all are losers.
My God, on
Big
today.
L's.
It turns out that I'm doing research on a project that I will announce later, but it turns out that the majority of Americans are fully against book bans, and that's across Democrats, Independents, and Republicans. Everybody. Now, while people will abstain from having their children read certain books, they are opposed to everybody being banned from these books. And Moms for Liberty, they were so bold. They went from like the little schools where I can understand, like, you know, you want to be like careful what your kids read, to high schools, to universities, to community libraries.
Baby, I'm fucking grown. I can read what I want.
And totally if I'm read what I want.
Parent and I'm fucking grown, I can determine what I feel comfortable with my children reading. Karen.
Thank you, friend. You get me. And so, babes, maybe let's get back to the old drawing board. You know, maybe let's not demonize people for being queer, or for, you know, not being the same ethnic background or racial background as you,
or for surviving the Holocaust. Some of the books y'all are banning are fucking history books.
And Frank, like, y'all banning Anne Frank? Y'all are banning Ruby Bridges? I know why, because your mama's was there. And that's why you're banning it. And you're upset that we have photographic evidence of your
mother and your uncles and Jerry Jones.
Okay.
At these damn
they have. You are not letting that man live.
Fuck Jerry Jones. Fuck the Cowboys. Fuck Dallas, Texas. Fuck all of y'all. All of them. Collectively.
Hi, Dad.
Your dad's a Cowboys fan?
We've talked about this and how, like,
I suppressed it. I like to think of the better parts of your existence. I said what I said, though. I'm not taking it back. I'm sorry.
I'm not asking you to.
I'm not sorry.
I'm not asking you to. Not that man was front and center at racism.
He was. He was. They was like, they doing racism today. He was like, let me grab my shoes. I'll be right over there.
Pulled those pants right up to them nipples and marched his way down.
Got them dusty ass leather suspenders and got straight to bigotry. Fuck Jerry Jones. Fuck the Cowboys. I said what I said.
And Moms for Liberty right along with them, because
one band, one dumbass sound.
Listen, y'all sound dumb. Take it back to the drawing board. Also, I would like anyone else who was maybe campaigning on the culture wars. What's that man down in Florida's name? That one,
DeSantis,
the one who's wearing the lifts.
DeSantis.
Yes. By the way,
weirdo.
News people, I don't care that he's wearing lifts. It's just a funny thing. I don't care. Let's talk more about his policies and how they're doing.
No, I care.
Hilarious.
Oh no, listen here, Napoleon. You gonna get all of this little man smoke. Fuck you, you 5'5" lunatic bastard.
Who can't smile right?
It's
why can't he smile right?
Because he's not a human being under there. And you know, when the aliens were studying facial expressions, smiles were the most difficult one to capture.
He like grinds his teeth. It's weird. Someone said it was a cocaine grind. He's Cocaine Bear too.
I got the good port. Okay. Why is he so little and ridiculous?
I don't know. Maybe
you know what the wonderful thing is, and I don't know the exact statistic. I'm going to say it's 90%. It's probably actually a little higher. But you know, in presidential elections, 9 times out of 10, I'm actually going to get the correct figure. The taller candidate always wins.
Really?
Yeah, statistical fact. Yes, taller presidential candidates always win.
We like them tall.
We do. So, I mean, it makes me feel better about, you know. Okay, yeah. Tallest candidate wins majority of U.S. presidential elections. And while that may seem like a very uninteresting fact to you, it makes me feel better when it comes to Ron DeSantis because he's whittle. So, you know, fuck him. That man is whittle.
Not whittle.
He's whittle.
I use that word to describe my kid.
I use him to. He little like a kid and a lunatic like a lunatic.
Oh, Savior! Shout out to the Lyft company. Keep it that y'all gotta design a better shoe because this cowboy boot is just not. Come on, can we do like a nice loafer? Is there a way?
I just feel like if you are under 5'5", you should not be allowed to piss me off this bad. It should be
just embrace it. Just embrace that. Embrace that. You know you have to cut your pants at a certain place.
You know who knows that presidential winning tallest guy statistic? DeSantis. That's why he's wearing lifts. It's an actual fact. It's a fact. The taller candidate usually wins the presidential elections. It's
amazing.
It's funny.
Is it why they line them all up at the end?
No, they just, take the height measurements and then see who wins. Between the Republican and Democratic candidates, the taller candidate typically wins.
That is wild. I don't like that for us, guys. We gotta do better. Like policies.
Just saying. They say that there are natural leadership qualities. There are leadership qualities that you can acquire, and there are leadership qualities that are inherent. And height is an inherent leadership quality.
But how?
I don't know. It's just how we perceive people in leadership. It's one of those weird things that humans do to gauge who keeps them safe.
Yeah.
Yes, strange science.
Yeah, indeed.
You want to cuss anybody else out before we get into
I do, but I'm going to stop right there.
All right.
I do, but I'm going to stop right there. Let's hear that
We've got a good problematic letter that I have
A good
really,
one?
yeah, a good one that
Okay.
I've got big feelings on. Doesn't give an
Uh-oh.
age, but it is a young lady. She, her pronouns. Give me a name.
Um, let's just go with Lila.
All right. Problematic story of the week, Lila wrote. My boyfriend and I have been together on and off for almost 8 years. He had a really close female friend that he's known since high school. Their relationship always made me kind of insecure when we first started talking, but he said they never talked and they were only friends. I've never really saw anything that crossed the line, so I couldn't say too much. She moved to Georgia and I was happy. I learned from his family that he lied to me and they were in a whole relationship right before we started talking. It's been damn near 10 years, but knowing he's lied still doesn't sit right with me. He thinks it's not a big deal
Wow.
because it happened a long time ago and she moved far away. Am I
Wow.
overreacting for feeling lied to? Help. Come on, Whitney, you got to give us something good. You know me, I'm going straight to the gutter.
I might be in the gutter with you, girl.
Electric chair. I want him
Like,
done. I want him
why
out
are
of
we
here.
lying? Why are we lying? Why don't you just tell the truth? Like, we're all grown.
We
We're
are
all grown. We can
all
all handle it. If we can't handle it, we don't need to be
adults.
together.
Whitney,
Ma'am.
lying is one of my least favorite human.
You hate
I
lies.
hate a
But
liar.
I think that's because you have a serious commitment to being authentic with people.
I
And you try
do.
to live in that authenticity. Like
I do.
that's what you try to embody. And you want being around you liberates people to do that as well. And you don't understand why people would lie. But people be lying. Nigga.
People
I
be
don't even know.
voluntarily lying. Like
Lying.
I was over here minding my business and you crafted a lie and then walked it over to me and then lied to me.
Just
What
say
is
the
the
truth.
point of lying when you are a grown ass adult?
Why are
Somebody
we
explain it
lying?
to me.
Why? I gotta be honest, I'm right there with you. I don't get it. I don't understand why he felt the need to lie and why he feels that you being uncomfortable with that lie to this day. Because here's the thing. Once I know that you lied to me once,
Now I'm calling in the whole 8 year relationship into question.
I witnessed somebody close to me lie to their mom about something.
Ooh.
And from then on, our friendship was
Ooh,
I was like,
oh no.
what did you tell your mom? And it wasn't like something like a birthday party thing where like we're trying to hide the surprise or something like that. Like something tame and like
Innocuous.
yeah. That's the word. Look at my friend. What are you reading over here? I love that
We do
vocabulary.
what we can.
It's not anything like that. It was like a pretty substantial lie. And I just went like I did like the slow turn where I was like,
Like,
that's what you said to your mom. The person who got unzipped to bring you here.
not unzipped. You in
I
the zipping.
can't. I can't. I'm sorry. In my mind, like a purse. Yeah, girl, I'm right with you. Like I want to say something like a little more elevated, but I'm right there with you. Like once I see that you've lied once, I'm gonna be uncomfortable forever until we like have you're gonna have to rebuild that trust.
Exactly.
And that's gonna take time and effort. And like you said, it's already been some substantial time between 8 to 10
You said
years, y'all
almost
said,
10 years. It's been almost 10 years.
but it still bothers you.
Yes. And it bothers you because the lie is old, but the hurt is fresh.
That,
The
that
lie is old, but the hurt is fresh.
yes.
And nobody wants to be in an 8 year relationship and then find out they've been in it with a liar.
Okay.
That's hurtful. The
Yeah.
lie itself
Mm-hmm.
is hurtful, which is justified.
Mm-hmm.
Learning that you love a liar is also hurtful. And there ain't no time expiration date
No.
on that.
No.
The person is out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
I guess she's in Georgia, so I don't think that's the issue. It's Lila. We named her Lila. You are not wrong.
No.
For being upset. You are not
No.
for being hurt. You were
No.
lied to.
Yeah.
And lies don't have an expiration date. And I want
Go on,
better.
say it.
I want better for people because there are people who believe that a lie expires. Like
No.
the ill intention behind the lie does not expire.
You
The
lied.
disrespect that you had to offer me when you gave me the lie does not expire. Disrespect don't grow up, get a job, and become a better person. That's not how disrespect works.
No.
So learning that the person that you love is not the person that you thought they were is painful.
Mm-hmm.
And you deserve to feel your feelings and to process those feelings and to not let him tell you that it's not a big deal.
Okay.
Because it is. It might not have been a big deal to him. And that might just prove, and I know he's your boyfriend and you love him, but if lying isn't a big deal to him, he might be an asshole.
Yeah,
he might have to come to terms with that. Maybe he's not.
Anybody to break up, but
I don't tell anybody to break up because nobody fucking listens. But also understand, have you ever given your friend advice and they went, girl, you right, I'm leaving this motherfucker, ever in your whole ass life? Has that ever happened? I'm just saying, it just doesn't work that way. I say all of that to say, if he doesn't think it's a big deal, it could be because he's an asshole. If you haven't started processing that, start. Because anybody who hurts you should never say it's not a big deal that I hurt you.
They don't have the right to dictate how you heal from the pain that they caused you. No one has the right to dictate how you heal from the pain they caused you. No one has the right to tell you how to navigate that either.
Come on, Whitney always got a bar.
Stop that. They don't. And like, I hate that. I hate that so much. It's like, just because you want to move on from the pain that you caused me doesn't mean that I'm ready to. And if you really loved me, if you really cared about me, you would navigate this with me. You would hold yourself accountable. You would hold our relationship up as something that's worth saving, something that is worth doing this work for. And you're not. And, that is a hard realization to come to when you realize that the person who has caused you harm cares less about how you recover from it and more that they can be absolved from it.
Ooh, shit. I don't even have nothing in my pockets to put in the collection. This is, if I had known you were going to preach today, I'd have put on a better shirt.
Stop it.
I would have came dressed appropriately. You are absolutely correct. Let me tell y'all something. If you didn't decide to be a writer and a celebrity,
I hate
you would have
been
a great therapist. You say the things.
I'd be crying in there with you, like, I feel your pain. Nobody wants that. Girl, why are you crying?
New goals. I haven't made my therapist cry yet.
You know what? Good job.
I'm gonna add that to the list of things
I try to avoid making them cry. I do.
Good.
I'm like, you deal with I'll be in there like, you deal with a whole lot. Like, how are you feeling today? They're like, we're not here to talk about.
It ain't gonna be me just in here crying. Those days are over. You're gonna shed a tear too. Pass the Kleenex.
How was your lunch today? Did anyone tell you that your outfit looks nice? It looks really nice today. That's me.
That is you.
That's me.
You're absolutely right. And Lila, please, please, please don't allow yourself to be gaslit into believing that when the lie was told makes it any less of a lie. Please don't be gaslit into believing that because this happened a long time ago and you love this person enough to believe them and they were trustworthy enough at that point to believe them that you are somehow overreacting, because that's not the case.
You're not overreacting.
I'm not saying that this isn't something that y'all can't move past, but if they're not willing to be accountable and take accountability and honor your feelings and then work to reestablish that trust, it's going to lead to resentment and things are going to not be pretty.
Right.
Yeah, that's the advice I have for you. To answer your question, no, you're not overreacting.
You're not overreacting at all. And you have to decide if this relationship is even worth it for you at this point.
Right.
Like, there's nothing wrong with cutting your losses.
Oh, come on, somebody. I ain't never lost cutting my losses.
Never. I've never lost cutting my losses. Look at, like, you learned a whole lot and you grew a whole lot. But I know that we're focusing on this relationship, but you also have to heal for you, because you don't want to take this.
Yes.
Whether y'all stay together or not, you don't want to take that into who you're going to be.
Right.
So you have to fix it now. And it's going to take time, like it wasn't like an innocuous lie. It wasn't like harmless lie. It was like something that had been bothering you, and pay attention to those signals when y'all get them.
Your gut told you something, and this man convinced you that your gut was wrong. And to me, that's the part that would piss me off.
Oh, fighting.
You had me doubt my intuition and believe your dumb ass, and my intuition was sitting there like, bitch, I'm trying to
I told you something about this milk. Something in the milk ain't right. I told you that. Now you done drank the whole gallon, got sick.
That would be the part for me. Now I got to knock all this shit over. Not you, but all this shit, I'm knocking it over. All your pens, your PlayStation controller charger, this microphone, it's all getting knocked over.
Just tip it over the clean basket of clothes on the floor.
All of it. Fuck all of it. Clean clothes. Yeah, Lila, you're not crazy.
Not at all.
I would like for you to update us on how...
I actually do want to hear about this one.
Yeah, maybe I can set a note to follow up in a month or two. I know it takes time to process feelings.
Please.
Some of us longer than others, but you're not crazy.
Not at all.
And your boyfriend was a not nice guy.
That was not nice.
That was not nice.
You did not deserve that.
You did not deserve that. Don't put your hands on nobody.
Please don't.
We not
just
doing
leave.
That. Just leave.
If the mall is open, go take a walk around the mall.
Go get his favorite food by yourself. You're gonna feel so good. I'm telling y'all, it is nothing better than somebody making you mad, and then you go to their favorite restaurant by yourself and order the whole left side of the menu.
Not the whole left side.
Chef's kiss. Fair point. Fair point. You're making some points. We got to be fiscally responsible. Student loans have turned back on. They turned them back on. They was off and now they on again.
Don't get me started. I've already done this. We've already cussed out people this week.
I'm sorry. We're done. We're going to end this show right here. Lila, update us. Everybody, have a good and fantastic week. Y'all deserve.
Yes. Don't put your hands on nobody.
Don't keep your hands. Put your hands in your pockets, damn it.
Okay.
We will see y'all next week.